When you want only the best for your pet, check out AbbybellPetDesigns.com. We offer quality products such as floppy beds, crate pads, round pet beds, pillow slip covers, belly bands, and more. All products come in a variety of colors and sizes, guaranteed to satisfy your pet's particular style. Your pet deserves to be pampered, so shop at AbbybellPetDesigns.com. If you don't see the item you want listed in our shop, just drop us a line and we'll be glad to make the product of your pet's dreams. AbbybellPetDesigns.com. Everybody, it's Monday. Bruce, Don, how are you? Rick, good to see you. How is everybody? Been busy with a few things, so missed a week or two. However, I'm back. Yay, Rick. Well, Facebook just went down. Hi, Alan. Hey, everybody, as you're coming in, remember, Easter is coming up, and my ears are not like yours at Amazon.com. So if you're looking for a positive message for children, this is the book, and they need a really positive message these days. As we're seeing in the news, children need to know that they're perfect just the way they are, and that we love them just the way they are. Facebook Live is back up, so go to Amazon.com today and get your copy. How is everybody doing? As you're coming in, sometimes I just open the Bible. Hey, Jerry and Robin, good to see you. Shannon, Ann, Lisa. I just kind of open the book and see where it takes me. And today it took me to Lamentations, number 5. So tired of Muller, so am I. Hey, how are you, Clay? So I want to just, hey, Bruce. I want to just read you this. And this kind of reminds me, hey, Mark, of what's going on right now in the times that we live in. Chapter 5. Remember, O Lord, what has come upon us. Look and behold our reproach. Our inheritance has been turned over to aliens, and our houses to foreigners. We have become orphans and waifs. Our mothers are like widows. We pay for the water we drink, and our wood comes at a price. They pursue at our heels. We labor and have no rest. We have given our hand to the Egyptians and the Assyrians to be satisfied with bread. Our fathers sinned and are no more, but we bear their iniquities. Servants rule over us. There is none to deliver us from their hand. We get our bread at the risk of our lives because of the sword in the wilderness. Our skin is hot as an oven because of the fever of famine. They ravished women in Zion, the maidens in the cities of Judah. Princes were hung up by their hands, and elders were not respected. Young men ground at the millstones. Boys staggered under loads of wood. The elders have ceased gathering at the gate, and the young men from their music. The joy of our heart has ceased. Our dance has turned into mournings. The crown has fallen from our head. Woe to us, for we have sinned. Because of this our heart is faint. Because of these things our eyes grow dim. Because of Mount Zion, which is desolate, with foxes walking about on it. You, O Lord, remain forever, your throne from generation to generation. Why do you forget us forever and forsake us for so long a time? Turn us back to you, O God, and we will be restored. Renew our days as of old, unless you have utterly rejected us and are very angry with us. Hey, Marlene. So, amen. Hey, Don. Are you okay, Don? Did you have a stroke? Are you all right? Hey, Mike. So, I just, hey, Lee, good morning. Robin, good morning. I just kind of, like I said, I just went with it. And it sounds kind of like what we're going through now in the times that we're in. So I don't know, just putting it out there. I don't know if this is a message or what, but it sounded pretty much like what we're going through. So let's see, a lot to talk about on Monday. Hope everybody had a great weekend. I just Lee, you said exactly what I did at the same time. We're working, we're all together. Hey, Alan. Hey, Gary, good to see you. I know there are some people on Facebook, but I can't see who's there right now for whatever reason. Facebook's probably keeping me from seeing you. Had to watch on my phone. I don't have YouTube on here. Makes sense, Robin. Okay, so I don't know if Chicago Pops is in here. I didn't see you come in, but here's some information on Chicago. Awesome. So, in coincidence that was. Yep. I know Bruce makes you think, huh? Um, so gangs are now shooting people at gang members' funerals in Chicago. I know that's going to shock you, and you're just going to not be able to believe that, but here's what they're saying. They're saying that gang members see it as a safe haven to do whatever they want. Wait, this doesn't make sense. I thought criminals obeyed the law and we didn't have to worry about criminals getting guns and shooting people and things like that. You would think at a gang member's funeral that would be off limits, right? I know, Robin. Shocked, not shocked. Uh, so they were already doing that in Indianapolis. There you go. Hey, Rhonda, prayers for Don. Yeah, let's pray for Don, who said that he had a stroke, a mini stroke, and his left arm is not functioning properly. Lost his left hand, arm and hand, I guess. So let's pray for Don for quick healing. Yeah, Chicago has strict gun laws, so there you go. I mean, they should have absolutely no problems. There should be a gun-free zone everywhere you go, and certainly at a funeral there should be. Perfect place to take out rival gang members as they pay their respects. That's right, and that's exactly what they're doing, Jerry. Don, everybody's sending prayers to you. You might want to turn your volume up, Don. Mine's up pretty loud, so... Can everybody else hear me on YouTube? Hey, Alexis, good to see you. I don't know if people are getting booted out. I see them coming in and out, so I don't know if everybody's booted. Good morning, Monica. Sending prayers for Don for total healing. Oh, Don, that was the site of my mom's stroke. Hope you get all the help you need, Don, Marlene said. Is everybody having a hard time? Are you getting booted out every time? I know some other day people were having a hard time every time they said something, they got booted out. Hey, Don, good morning. Don said he's cool, guys, so. But we'll pray for him anyway. All right. So, can anybody in Marianne, if you could tell me, it keeps kicking you out. God be with you, Don. Prayers from Bruce also. Any paralysis in Don's body leave, feeling and movement come. That's Jerry was saying. Good morning, Susan and everyone. Teresa, hello. I'm okay so far, Marianne said. Good. Robin's not getting kicked out. That's good to know. If everybody could, if you could retweet this and invite people. I know last time Twitter wasn't even showing that we were live. People were having a hard time finding us. And it looks like some of the people are missing again today. So I'm assuming that perhaps the same thing is happening all over again. So Twitter's not very much, not helping us very much. Maybe that's the plan. Okay, so in other news, they're saying that millennials lost more money to financial scams in 2017 than did the boomers. That's pretty amazing. Good morning, Alexis. They're saying the 40% of millennials compared to 18% of those 70 and older lost money to scams. But on the median loss for age 70 and older was much higher than the median loss for millennials. I retweeted. We'll go see if it shows up. Thank you, Monica. Everything looks good. Thanks, Gary. Now everything is fine. The issue has been resolved already. Well, let's hope so. Hey, Sweet Peach. Sweet Peach, are you Lynn? Would you rather go by that? L-I-N? Because they don't want to work hard, just want it handed to them. Yeah, that's true. But, I mean, what are we teaching millennials? Have we really taught them, the business knowledge that we had as adults and growing up? Or are we just saying, go out and do it your own way? Or are millennials saying, I'm just going to do it my way because you don't know as much as I do? I don't know what the problem is. But overall, they're not losing as much as the older people. So who knows what might be, a part of that. Too busy on social media. Yeah, that could be true, Marianne. They think they know it all. That's true, Marlene. It's, I think what would be great, Lynn is good. Okay, good, Lynn. what would be good is if people had, and millennials were open to it, having mentors. I know when I was growing up and in the business world, I would have given anything for a mentor. But it seemed that during the time I was growing up, it's the men who mentored other men, and they did not mentor women. It's unfortunate. Monica, okay, it showed up face and yeah, thanks, Monica. Tried to help my millennial nephew, just lectured me. Yep, my dad and mom were my mentors. That's great, Marianne. That's the best mentors to have if you have that. But in business, it was kind of like, no, we're not going to mentor women. And a lot of it, I think, men were afraid of being accused of sexual harassment or, whatever else might be the case. And they just didn't want to do anything with women. I know people used to, they would go out for lunches, and the men would take the men out to lunches, and the women wouldn't go because they were afraid of being accused of something. And it's a shame that we, had to live in a world like that. And it seems like we're coming back around to it. So, who knows? All right. So, also, four ISIS suspects were arrested in Turkey. It looked as though they were trying to attempt an overthrow or an attack on the U.S. embassy there in Turkey, and that was thwarted. They were Iraqi nationals arrested in, like I said, in a possible attack. Yeah, I know. Yay. At least four are off the street. But, not really hearing too much about that. Live on computers and mobiles all day. Oh, live on computers and mobiles all day long, not helping these kids. That's true, Lee. Not getting any real world experience. Hey, Neil, you won. It's your first day on Periscope. Chalk one up for the good guys. I know, Mary Ann's about time. Hello from Turkey. We were just talking about Turkey. It's interesting. We talk about Turkey, and here come people from Turkey. So anyway, that was thwarted. It looks like ISIS has been jailed there, and they didn't get to do what they were going to do. I think if I were at the embassy, and the American embassy there in Turkey, I would get out right now. Oscars were weak as usual. Joe, you know what? I don't watch the Oscars at all and didn't care about it. Not the bird. Yes. No, Marlene, not the bird. Turkey talk, and it's not even Thanksgiving. I know, Marianne. Can you believe that? Did anybody watch the Oscars? I didn't watch. Not even 1 second of it. I heard that they had like the lowest ratings with Jimmy Kimmel, whatever his name is. Praying for all revealed in God shows up the plans of the enemy. Yes, I never watch award shows, Robin said. Nobody watched it, Lisa said. Good, Lynn said. I know. Monica didn't watch it either. Nobody wants to watch it anymore. It's just, it's BS. Walking Dead, not watching. No way would I watch those hypocrites. I know, I understood that they were supposed to all be wearing little orange pins. Movies have gone way downhill. More good movies came out in 85 than the last 10 years. Joe, I think the movies are also political. That's what it is. And I don't even watch it. Lisa said it was a down 16% official numbers at noon, though. Are you in America? I am. Gary said, I just checked my Twitter account, and I didn't get any notification from Twitter from Susan, but did from others. Yep. I think that's what's happening, Gary. People aren't getting notification. Good morning, mighty blessed one. How are you? There is enough to celebrate in my life. Don't need to watch what is irrelevant, Alexis said. Good for you. Where my reward for working hard? Where's your reward for working hard? Well, maybe it's if you wore a little orange ribbon for gun control, I mean, those people, if they did wear those little orange ribbon supporting gun control, those people were surrounded by about 500 people that were there who were armed. So they were safe, and they probably, went home with their own bodyguards, armed, of course, and they were safe. So it's the hypocrites talking, saying it's okay for them to be safe, but not you. You don't deserve to be safe, nor your children. Alexis is laughing. Not reading about it either. Have no interest in any of it. Don't watch today's movies. Exactly, Monica. There's nothing to watch. It's garbage. Hey, Mark. Good to see you. Fads are destroying America, Brandon said. Yeah. Fads and godlessness are all both working together to destroy America. And maybe you have more fads when you have less God. That could possibly be. So that, I think that's probably what we're seeing a lot of. And barriers for Oscar Wald's work. Yes, Lisa. I mean, it's just amazing how well protected they are, and I mean, it gives that Marie Antoinette thing, let them eat cake. It gives it's reminiscent of that. It's like, we're safe, we're secure, we really don't care about you. Let the peasants go and eat cake, and we'll be armed ourselves, and we'll have armed guards around us, and we won't have any worries. I'm turning in my gun in now. I'm afraid of orange ribbons. I know, Wayne. You better, better do it. They are delusional. Yes, Alexis. I can't stand any of them, Robin said. They live in glass houses, Alexis. Their life is no more important than mine. That's true, Marianne, except they don't see it that way. They see it as the fact that they are elites. They're smarter than you. They're better than you. I read they threw snacks to the crowd mocking Trump. Oh, how mature, Marlene, right? Hey, Joseph, good morning. Rick said, I caught up on my sleep last night, so I did not watch anyone named Oscar. Good for you, Rick. I mean, seriously, you would have had better time and more valuable time taking out your trash than watching the Oscars. They call Trump a dictator, but want to give up their guns. Yeah. Well, they don't want to give up their guns, Brandon. They just want you to give up your guns. They're going to keep theirs. TV just makes me angry. It in no way reflects my views of the world, Gary said. Have you noticed, do you guys watch less and less TV? Hey, Carmen. Do you notice that? Like, is there anything on TV that you really want to watch these days that you're like, wow, I just can't wait? That's okay, Carmen. That you really can't wait to watch TV? Yeah, less and less. They all got their lips firmly planted on each other's booties. Yep. That's right, Marlene. They will pay someone to carry the gun. Yes. Doing laundry. I missed that one. Limited. No, very, very little. I tend to watch those things like, HGTV, DIY. I haven't watched TV for years. Teresa said, good for you. I like Hannity, but no one else. No, just HGTV once in a while. That's about it. I only want to see the creative stuff, and that's it. We canceled our cable earlier this month, Brandon said. Wow. I know a lot of people are going over to the internet type stuff, watching TV there. And, why pay for it? Fox, I watched Fed Up, some cooking too. I said doing laundry was more fun. True, Robin. I like the History Channel, Marianne said. Monica said, I've not watched TV in many, many years. Wow. Yeah, documentaries. Did anybody watch the Fed Up documentary I told you about over the weekend? Did you get a chance to watch that? If you haven't, seriously, I can't stress enough, please watch Fed Up. Did you watch it, Marlene? What did you think? Alexis didn't watch it. I watched some religious channels, Lee said. Yeah, PBS shows I've been watching for years and History Channel. I don't watch PBS, too liberal. Where it's on Netflix, Lynn. My husband and I watched Fed Up. What did you think, Robin? Watched it this weekend, Marianne said. Any good movie recommendations? Nope. Don't have any for you, Mark. Hey, Shannon. Yeah, it's a really good movie. Rhonda said we watched Fed Up. Did you like it, Rhonda? Pro Wrestling Network, Rick said. Eye-opening and very good, Robin said. I had started it before, cut out the sugar and carbs. Yes, I saw that. Awesome. It's changed my eating, I'll tell you. Wow. Good morning, Daniel. You can get Fed Up on YouTube as well, Lee said. Hey, Tom. Murder on the Orient Express. There you go, Alexis. Documentaries and education channels where it's at. I watch to learn. That's about what you should do. Watch Fed Up, and oh my gosh, eye-opener, especially when you hit halfway mark to the end, Carmen said. Yeah, it really is an eye-opener, and you can see how much you've been lied to. Not only are you being lied to in the political realm of it, but then in everything else. God's Not Dead 2, Marlene said, is a good recommendation for a movie. Rhonda said loved it, and now realize food industry is poisoning us and brainwashing us. Isn't that a shame, Rhonda? Also, if you get things like that say organic on them, you're thinking, wow, I'm getting really good stuff. You really need to read the labels and see what else is in there, especially the sugars. I was that fat little girl. I felt her pain, Marlene said. Oh. What's amazing are the Oscars produced by Soros. I don't know. Wouldn't surprise me. BBC type shows, Carmen said. Yeah, there's some really good shows on Netflix that the BBC puts out about I don't know. I've seen one. I can't remember the name of it, but it's on different locations and castles and things like that. American diets are carb loaded. Yeah. There are a lot of good food documentaries on Netflix, Marianne said. We've changed everything since I got cancer, Robin said. My kids loved it too, made them think too. Truth be told, food was probably better for us before the FDA started controlling our farmers. Absolutely, Shannon. I think, if we would eat like they talk about in the Bible, we'd be better off. I recall they pushed margarine was better than butter. It's worse, almost like eating plastic, Jerry said. I know, Marlene, I related too much and heart broke for those kids too. Carmen said, the kids are checking every label now. Good. The food paradigm is upside down. Yes, it is. They've been poisoning us for many years, Monica said. And the thing of it is, remember how long they basically were saying it's the fat content? Don't eat the fats. The fats are what's going to kill you. My Facebook just went down again. Government subsidies control farmers, more corn than we need, eat closer to the natural state of foods, Jerry said. Yeah, Brandon, I think that's true too, that they want you to eat more corn, too much corn. I do the Daniel diet, whole food, plant-based, Lee said. Wow. It's hard to know what to eat, and especially, the meats, they put a lot of stuff in them that you shouldn't have. Go figure, my father ate whatever he wanted and lived to be 94, Chicago Pop said. Eat fat, no carbs and sugar. Eat straight from the source, Marlene said. Yeah. Gary said, Fed Up is now on my watch list. Good, Gary, you'll love it. Monica, mine too, Gary. Great. Glad I'm a vegetarian, Marianne said. Yeah, it's just amazing. Wow. I don't know what's wrong with Facebook. I think we were talking about the government hurting us, and so Facebook didn't like that. Fats are good in natural form. Hydrogenized fats, trans, eat local. Let me get rid of this. Hold 1 second. And it's a shame because, if sugars can get you so hooked. And they know that too. You'll just eat more and more and more. Avocado fat is great for you. Yes, olive oil. Absolutely. You see a lot of people, different cultures using vegetable oil and corn oil. Not good for you. No, for weight gain and stuff like that. Meat all tastes funny to me now and has a weird look when cooking, Monica said. Wow. Watch What the Health on Netflix, another great food documentary. What the Health? Oh, okay. What the Health? I think I've seen that. Yeah, they're really good to see. We love the farmers market, all natural, not processed food, and less expensive. Robin, really, you can really get great fruits there. There's also, and I don't know if this is true or not, but they're talking about your blood type can kind of tell you what you and your body needs to really eat. YouTube banned Health Ranger. Yeah. Buying low-fat products are no different than the original stuff. Original is better without additives. Probably true, Carmen. I didn't know the Oscars were this week until I saw your title in their scope. Yeah, they were last night. Hamburger in those tubes is disgusting. Yeah, that is disgusting, Monica. Ugh, even the thoughts of that. But I think, it really, if you watch Fed Up, it really is an eye-opener. It's something that I think that would help your family to see that, to understand what you've been taught, how you've been lied to about foods, and what you should eat. Oh, you eat deer. I, I, I'm sure it's fine. I just couldn't do it. But I don't stray into the other areas and eating stuff, but I know a lot of people do. What are some of the things that you guys eat that may not be common? Yeah, no, not Bambi. I know. Like, oh, I know, Marianne. The diet sugars actually cause us to gain weight and are synthetic. Yeah, diet cokes and things like that are horrible for you and bad for the brain. High fructose corn syrup is deadly. Yep, we eat a lot of deer here in Kentucky. I ate moose in the last time I was in Canada. Wow, Shannon said. Venison is good if cooked right, Carmen said. Spaghetti squash. Spaghetti squash is great. Used to grow that stuff in North Carolina. My youngest daughter loves deer meat. Wow. I just couldn't. Oh, Deer jerky is not too bad, Monica said. Rhonda said flaxseed is good for you. Yes. Very good. A lot of people put flaxseed on top of cereals or on top of other things they eat. Pheasant, quail, bison is great, Marlene said. Frog legs and deer. Oh. So, they just sound bad. Ugh. And I know they're not, but bison meat is good and lean. That's true, Chicago Pops. I don't eat it, but I know people who do. I make my own homemade cereal. Great, Marianne. I really do know people that have to kill deer in winter to have food all year and have kids. Yeah, I know. It's true, Carmen. Oh, Robin loves frog legs. Oh, God. I don't know why. I can't do that. Not for me, me either, Lee. I would probably starve to death if I had to depend on eating, like, deer, bison, frog legs. I know I probably would starve to death. Oh boy, I used too much flaxseed oil once. Wow, don't do that. Cleaned you out, Jerry said. Yuck, no frog legs here. Carmen said, all seafood. Marlene said, good morning, Susie. How are you? Rattlesnake meat? Oh my gosh, no. No. Oh no. Flaxseed is not really good for men and their prostate, Dawn said. Huh, didn't know that. Gross, lol, I would starve too. I know, Monica. We had chickens growing up, and I wouldn't eat the chickens that they killed at our, there's no way. And I couldn't do it. Good day, my Sue, you look fabulous. Thank you, just said. So, I mean, and chicken is, everybody eats chicken almost, except vegetarians. And I just could not eat the chickens that I knew. You know what I mean? Like, the chickens, see them walking around and you're going to kill them. Pumpkin seeds are good for prostate. Soy milk, not good for men either. That's true, Lee. Good thing y'all weren't born in the 1800s. We'd all be dead, Marlene, like in 2 days or whatever. There's no way. Like eating a pet. I know, Marianne. I know. I don't have anything against people who, do that type of stuff. I really don't, but it's just I couldn't do it. Roadkill stew. Oh, that's disgusting. God. No, thank you. No, you'd have eaten it. Maybe, Marlene, if I were starving to death, but I don't know. Whoa. I used to make my mother go to the store and buy me chicken when they would eat the other chicken. And, why I thought that was different, I don't know. But I could never eat the chicken that they killed. There's no way. I couldn't even do it today. There's no way. Hey, Brooks fan. I know, Lisa. I don't know what that's all about. Such an animal lover, I guess. Grandma killed my rabbit and put it on the dinner table. Never, ever have I forgotten that. Oh, Monica, there's no way I would have ever forgotten that either. But maybe that's all you guys had to eat. But see, I would have a hard time with that, like even forgiving her for that. But thank God you're not like me and that you forgave her for that. We once ate our goat. It was so delicious. Oh, Daniel. At Everglades Camp, they served gator, snake, and cooter. Turkey, all like chicken. Ugh. Grandma would tell us stories of Great Depression food she ate growing up. Yep, plants have faces too, Marlene said. I think if we had to kill it, most of us wouldn't touch it. I wouldn't. I cleaned all our small game growing up. Oh, Lisa. Oh, nah, she was mean. Aw, Monica, that's too bad. It's sad. Very sad. Oh, my gosh. All right. Let's talk about Trump's tweet this morning. He said, why did the Obama administration start an investigation into the Trump campaign with zero proof of wrongdoing long before the election in November? Let's see. Something wanted to they wanted to discredit so crooked Hillary could win. Unprecedented, bigger than Watergate, plus Obama did nothing in all caps about the Russian meddling. Oh, the DNC. I have no idea what I even wrote. Yes, so Trump is tweeting again about Mueller's investigation, about the Russian campaign. What do you guys think about that? Why do you think he's bringing that up now? Because they saw Trump as a real threat? Absolutely, Susie. Imagine back in biblical times that you would bring the little lamb to the house and love it, then have to sacrifice it the next day. Don't think I could do it. I know, Dawn. Oh. Because the Obama executive branch colluded with the alphabet agencies, and Brandon, they are still colluding with the alphabet agencies, and the alphabet agencies are still doing the work for the resistance and the deep state. I absolutely love that Dems spent billions and Trump still won. I know. That's only because God made that happen. I'm convinced of it. There's no other way in this world that Donald Trump would have won that election, because they were so hell-bent, if you will, on getting her in there, and they had everything fixed to do so. And their plans were foiled. Susie said, amen, Susan. Yep, absolutely. Hey, Bill, good to see you. Didn't you guys know the star of Black Panther, Winston Duke, is for my country? I haven't seen it. Don't know if I will. People over here are crazy over it, and some of the media using it to bash white people. Yeah. Don said, I totally agree, Susan. Just read Mueller now investigating, yes, United Arab Emirates. See, the Mueller investigation has once again continued to expand, and it could only be because of Rod Rosenstein. And now they're looking into whether the United Arab Emirates gave money to the Trump campaign in order to basically, get favors from President Trump. Here you go. Okay, what about the Clinton Foundation? Why are we seemingly not looking at the Clinton Foundation for doing exactly what they're continuing to point fingers at us for? I mean, everything that they say that Donald Trump did is exactly what Hillary did. Cartel, yes. We're at the halfway point. If everybody would please retweet, I would really appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, it's just so amazing. No parameters. It will never end. Lisa, didn't we think that at the very beginning? Florida didn't pass any of those stupid gun laws. I know. Marlene, that's good. Can Mueller just go away? I'm tired of all the distractions. I'm tired, Robin, of them using my taxpayer money to pay a guy to go on a witch hunt that doesn't include anybody on the left. I mean, if he's saying this, going to the United Arab Emirates, and we're going to look at that to see if they tried to influence Trump in any way, you can say that with a straight face when Hillary Clinton got money from who? And you're not even looking into that to see if her campaign was given money so they could try to get favors from her. Why hasn't anyone called out Mueller and ended this crap show? Because, Susie, they're not going to, because they don't want anybody to accuse them of obstruction of justice. They're all liars, Robin said. Yeah. What about all the foreign countries that gave to the Clinton campaign? Exactly, Dawn. Why are we not investigating them? Can we have a rundown of all the tax dollars Mueller has wasted? I know, Brandon, what was it a couple months ago? It was $8 million. What is it by now? He just keeps adding on more staff, keeps adding on, expanding more and more about what he's doing. How much money is being spent on this ridiculous witch hunt? And by the way, why is he not looking into Bruce Orr? Why is he not looking into Nellie Orr? Why is he not looking into Peter Strzok and Lisa Page? Why aren't those people a part of the Mueller investigation on why, or perhaps if, they tried to rig the election and help Hillary Clinton? I mean, if you're going to investigate, from A to Z for the Republicans, then you can add into the mix then everybody from A to Z on the Democrat side. And yet, he's not doing that at all. I mean, I haven't seen one Democrat that he's going after. And you're going to sit, and tell me, the left would anyway, that the Democrats are all, they didn't do anything wrong. They're fine. When you see the network of government, judges, Congress all tied to Clinton's Obama, it's staggering. Yes, Jerry. Chicago Pups, I'm just old and tired. Keep waiting for the government to do the right thing. Yeah, He won't ever go after Dems, ever, Robin said. Yep, Trump is a Democrat. No, John, he's really not. But probably you didn't go out and vote. Why don't we just nuke ourselves? Why would we do that? Gary said Trudeau given to Clinton Foundation $20 million last year. Wow, Gary. I guess Trudeau's not doing so hot after that Indian debacle that he did. All of them being threatened by the cabal, Monica said. Could be. Left cries about NRA giving to GOP legislation, but then, gosh, I missed it. It faded on me too fast. Must be for the new pantsuits for Hillary. Yeah, exactly. I guess in India, Trudeau kind of made a fool out of himself, and people weren't too happy about it. But I don't know. Aren't they used to that, Gary, over there? Trump also has a meeting today with Netanyahu in D.C. He did look dopey, Jerry, but I think he is dopey. And I think, Trudeau looks like that all the time. Trudeau is a traitor. Is it Traitor, Gary, you mean? Trudeau's a clown, Lisa said. Susan Clinton and Obama will do anything to complete their 16-year plan. Yeah, Susie. Orange pantsuit would look good on Hillary. That would be the only pantsuit that really probably ever did. I agree with you, Brandon. Trump's not a flip-flopper. He's the best president ever, according to John. Thanks, John. Idiot Supreme, Castro's love child, Marlene said. Yeah, that's okay. He's a strange man. He really is a strange man. Yeah, he really is. So I guess everybody wanted Congress to take up the banner or whatever for gun control and also to talk about immigration. Today was the day that DACA was due to end. China's war on steel is crazy right now, Brandon said. And as you know, the DACA legislation, if you will, that Obama, I guess they're calling it the Obama policy, put in place is still in place today because the DACA policy did not end. So it's given Congress a reprieve. They're not working on it right now. Send them back, Susie said. Florida votes no gun control and teachers can be armed. Good, Jerry. DACA is code for more votes for the left. That's right, Brandon. And more taking over the American culture, Brandon. Turning it into a one world order as well. But they're also not going to talk about DACA and not going to be talking about gun control, but are going to take up banking reform instead, trying to do something with the Dodd-Frank Act. That was the act which promised to end, it's too big to fail, which obviously hasn't done that, or at least during the Obama administration didn't. It also supposedly caused the smaller banks to be sort of treated unfairly over the bigger banks. So we'll see what happens. And of course, Elizabeth Warren isn't too happy about that. Marlene says good for them taking that up. Yeah, so Liz isn't too happy because I think that was her little brainchild. They're saying that immigration is going to be tackled probably after the midterm elections. And Cornyn said they may not even have time to talk about President Trump's infrastructure plan. And there are really no efforts to start up the repeal Obamacare talk again. So 1% historically gives to the left. Yeah, probably true. Now, the Daily Caller had a report out that said that the FBI's internal guidelines are illegal. Yeah, I got that coming up next, Jerry. FBI's internal guidelines to obtaining secret surveillance warrants against Americans say that only documented and verified information may be used to get a warrant application. So Devin Nunes is bringing that up. I think he brought it up a little bit last week and talked about it. Monica, maybe that's what real estate is so stagnant now. Could be. Waiting to see what'll happen, I guess, with the Dodd-Frank. I don't know, Monica. Could be. So they're saying that that the FBI relied on the dossier, which was unverified information. But national security experts are saying they don't have to have every single fact needs to be verified. I would say to them in that regard that whatever you're using prominently needs to be verified. And I think the dossier was prominently used. It's not stagnant here. Houses selling in 2 days, Marlene said. Real estate is booming in North Carolina. It's doing well in California, too. Outside investors have bought everything in foreclosure here, Monica said. Monica, where are you? What state again? Houses are flying in Arizona, Lynn said, as well. so they also said it's up to the FISA judge to look and determine if the probable cause is exists to allow surveillance. But people, oh, in Florida, huh? Monica's in Florida too, Jerry. Fake news: Jake Flapper accusing Dr. Jerome Corsi of disrespecting John Kerry. Jake Tapper, give me a break. Give me a break, Jake. Yeah, the what Jerry was talking about is a Mexican national has confessed to stealing the identity of an American citizen, and over the course of, listen to this, 37 years, pocketing hundreds of thousands of dollars. And I know that they found the real guy in Florida, I believe it was, and he wasn't even aware that any of this had been happening for 37 years. The guy who confessed to it is Andres Avelino Anduaga. To Jake Toilet Flapper, Jerry. He's 66. He came from Tijuana, and he was in a San Diego federal court on Thursday, and he admitted to the fake identity of a Texas resident named Abraham Riojos in 1980 after obtaining a fraudulent birth certificate and then successfully applied for a California driver's license and a social security number and passport. Tijuana, Mexico, yep. From 89 to 2016, according to the plea agreement, he received around $361,000 in benefits, which included Medi-Cal, food stamps, and supplemental security income. So for people who really needed it, they didn't get it. He cheated all of those people out of $361,000 worth of benefits. Rick said, I'm also in Florida. Monica, where are you? Yep, he sucks the government system. The fake identity also enabled him, identified as an illegal immigrant and repeat felon, this is who this guy is supposedly, to go back and forth without restriction between Mexico and the United States, which he was alleged to have been doing multiple times per year. Now he'd be locked up and waste more tax dollars. Yeah, and here's the thing. You know, we're always talking about, again, this is a good little lesson, if you will, about DACA. He's saying that this guy lived in the United States, here illegally, was a felon, and he went back and forth to Mexico all the time, multiple times a year, and no problem. And so everybody always says, oh, but those poor DACA people, they don't know any other country. That's not true. As I've said before, especially with Mexico, they go to Mexico with their families multiple times a year. Makes me sick when we owe taxes this year because my husband works his butt off. I know, Robin. It is. Fort Myers, mostly working. Oh, okay, you're talking about where you are. Now multiply him by the hundreds. Exactly. Or maybe thousands. Marlene, maybe more than that. He's required to pay back the full amount of government funds he fraudulently received and faces 12 years behind bars and additional fines. How's he going to pay back $361,000? You know, it's spent. How's he going to do that? He's not going to do that. And he spends 12 years behind bars here in the United States, and he'll be, what, 78 at that time? He will escape, Jerry said. Well, where's he going to go afterwards? He should be deported, but by then, who knows? Marlene said he'll be dead. Illegitimate entitlements hurt people who actually need them. Yep. If all these illegals went back, they can make Mexico great. And you know, Daniel, I heard somebody, or I was reading an article, I think it was on the Daily Caller. And the guy was saying, that was writing the article, saying, you know, don't be making the argument that the DACA people commit crimes in America, because that's a bad argument. Because for every DACA person that commits a crime, there's somebody who's a DACA person that doesn't commit crime, which is true. And there's another person who isn't a DACA person who's committing crimes. You know, what the person who wrote the article didn't understand was that all may be true, but you're adding more crime into our country that wouldn't be here if you didn't allow these people illegally to stay in the country. Mexico wouldn't send their greatest people. They need them there, Brandon said. They won't get a dime from us until the last day to file. I'm tired of paying for illegals, Robin said. Yep. Yep. So, I mean, yeah, you may not like the argument, but it's true. We continue to be browbeaten by the DACA and Dreamers and their rights to stay here, 100% fed up. Yep, 10 feet higher. I know, Brandon. And you can think anybody in New Hampshire, the New Hampshire University there is hoping to give $20 million to provide scholarships for 1,000 dreamers. So your kids, nobody cares about. The people that are here legally, nobody cares about. But for DACA people, they're going to give them a $20 million program that's going to give 1,000 of the DACA people free education. Southern New Hampshire University. They're getting support from the Shapiro Foundation, an organization which primarily assists children and refugees, and the Dream.us, the largest scholarship program for dreamers. The Dream.us provides over $100 million in scholarships to 3,000 DACA students at 75 partner colleges in 15 states. That's why I'm fed up. The liberals need the votes. Yep. It would have been wonderful to have my education paid for. Man, I would have loved a scholarship to go to the university of my choice. Subsidies for crap like this are killing us. Exactly. Serious Man, 1988, first day on Periscope. Welcome. That's such bull. Why do they deserve free education? Grr, Monica said. I know. Exactly. Yep. Lori Min, you're still paying. A lot of people are. Susan, it's been a while. How are you? Millennial Con, we were just talking about you the other day saying, where did you go? We haven't seen you in so long. Exactly. My daughter's still paying student loans, Susie said. Middle class, the workers get less educational help. Yep. Let's cut the BS. They are not dreamers. They are illegals. The Democrats, Republicans are full of it. Well, that's true, Kush, but, you know. Also, I don't know if you heard on Saturday, I've been busy. I'm trying to gather signatures to make a run for Congress. Well, Millennial, let me just, look, I encourage you to do that. But let me just tell you something. Unless you have, I want to talk a little reality because I think some other candidates are getting this same thing. And you can listen to this advice or don't, which is fine. You got to have the Republican money behind you if that's what you're going to do. You've got to have their support. If you don't have their support, if you don't have the name recognition, if you aren't a military, veteran or something like that, you're going to have a really, really hard time. And I'm not saying this to discourage you. I'm saying this to help you to get out there and try to get what you need. There are people that I know who have tried to do this without the backing, without the money, without what I just said, and they don't get anywhere. A lot of those people have to start at the local level in order to work their way up. It's just reality. And if you can do it, great. I hope you can. It's not about winning. It's not about winning, but it's also don't waste money. It's about if you go in to the local level, if you start there and work your way up, you can actually get in and start working your way up. And that's a good thing. But, I mean, I'm telling you, that these people, were beating their heads against the wall. They're like, I got no support from the Republican Party, and they didn't. City Council Board, yes, great recognition. I'm just looking to make a splash. Figured, why not shoot big? Well, make a splash, but Millennial, why not make a difference? Why not start at your local level and actually get in there and really make a difference in your town and then work your way up into going to Congress? I think you would have a really great shot, working in the local level and going on. I'm already involved locally too. Well, I'm just giving you that. Just, like I said, you can ignore it, but other people, they've wasted time, precious time and money trying to do things, and without that Republican money behind them, the GOP, it's extremely hard. Most cases, city officials are more important than federal. That's true, Brandon. And it's those people, and we've always said that. It's all good. Appreciate the advice. Thanks, Millennial. Those people at the local level, you really need to get those people out because those are the people that move up the ladder, and they do it really well. And so if you don't want them to move up that ladder and you see that they're a threat at the local level, get them out at the local level. Yep. Because people think, well, they're at the local level. They'll never be a threat. They'll never get to the U.S. Congress or whatever. Yes, they will. And yes, they do. They get into that local level. They work their butts off. They get that recognition, and they just keep going on up the ladder. So, I mean, if you've got the money, you got the time, and that's what you want to do, go for it. But, create a body of work and get noticed. Yes, and do a lot of public service. I mean, you've got to have a lot of public service, and you've got to, gain that knowledge. Because just think about it. If you go into, and this doesn't apply to you millennial, I'm just talking in general. If you go into, let's say, a Senate position or, in Congress like that, and you don't have a business background or a law degree, something like that, you're going to have a difficult time. There's going to be things thrown at you that you're going to go, I don't even know what the heck this is. I've never seen it before. And it's all because you don't have that. Unless you are a billionaire with connections. Exactly, Brandon. And Donald Trump is different because he has longevity, popular, he's been around forever. He's done things in business. I mean, people knew he had an eye for business and can do things. I trust my local government way more than those in D.C. Well, true, Robin. They're probably better than those in D.C. Name recognition is key as well. It's really key. That name recognition is everything. It really is. And again, if you have a military background and you're a veteran, man, that gets you places too. And again, it's just the reality of the situation. It is what it is. If I were going to run for Congress, I would have a difficult time. I don't have the recognition. I don't have the GOP support. I got the business and the law degree and stuff like that, but I don't have the military background and on and on. Not for John McCain anymore, Brenda said. I don't trust any. They mean well. When they start, they become politicians. That's true, Marlene. They get into it, and especially before Donald Trump came into power as the president, because the lobbyists would just pay for everything they wanted. And it seemed to be okay then, right? And now it's like it's a big deal. Nick Freitas will go far. He will. I think he will. He's in Virginia, right, running for Senate, and he will. He's got the name recognition and everything he needs. All that is for votes. It is sad to see your fellow country putting non-citizens ahead of their own. Wow, not good at all. I know, Gisette. Lynn said she has no trust. Yeah, I mean, it's hard to trust. Did you see where Oprah said she'd run if God told her to run? What a joke. Which God was she talking about, Brandon? For her, because she said, that Jesus Christ wasn't the only way. So, just saying. These people are born into wealth. No, wealth takes generations to build. Wealth does take a lot. You've got to have the money. A lot of people have the money. Yeah, Oprah's going to find out one day when she gets there that Jesus is the only way. and I don't know how she's going to explain to God that she told millions of people that Jesus wasn't the only way. Buddha may tell her to run. Could be, Jerry. No. Could possibly be. But she said before she doesn't want to run, so I don't know. She's her own God. There you go, Julia. That's true. New age, that's what they believe. You mean God talks to Oprah too? She might be crazy, Alan said. Yeah, we just don't know who exactly it is that she's talking about, Alan, when she says that. Her bank account is not going to get her into heaven. True, Brandon, nor any one of us either. She has too much dirt, would be exposed. Yeah, who knows, Jerry? It seems like these days the dirt isn't a bad thing, right? I mean, Oprah wants to be a movie star. She is a movie star, Carmen. I mean, she has been in a ton of movies. No, Jesus is not the only way. Yes, Jesus is the only way. Sorry, Kush, but he is. He's the only way. And you can believe whatever you want, but I believe that. She's into that movement that we are little gods. Yeah, that's new age stuff, Robin. Yep. That everybody's a god. Was about to say dirt is good these days. I know, Carmen, because, I mean, really, if you're not if you're not on that side, then you're bad, right? So God talks to Oprah but can't talk with Governor Huckabee. That's right. She's got a personal thing. Kush, you're just trying to, cause problems today, so you can be excused. Michael Knowles reacts to the Oscars, all activism all night long on YouTube. she's God, then she doesn't need armed security. That's right. I am the way, the truth, and the life is Jesus. That's right, Robin. I think Cush was a troll just trying to create problems. Because then he started talking about Obama and, all this other stuff. So he was just a troll looking for attention on Monday. You know how that goes, right? Uh, so I don't know if there's no other way straight to the lake of fire. Exactly, Daniel. But boy, I know, Brandon. Pray she gets the truth. I know, Jerry. I think at one point she did have the truth. I don't know what happened. But I think at one point she was raised to believe that. But I don't know. Went the way of New Age. And also, I think she wanted, viewers. And so, therefore, she went into saying, oh, everybody can go. I don't think God would ever talk to Oprah. She is attention getter only, Monica said. He says no one should come to the Father but through me. That's right, Don. Free Stedman. Stedman must make a lot of money or something. She was raised Baptist. There you go, Robin. She was Christian at one time. And I don't know if she's Christian now, but the beliefs that she's spouting aren't Christian, so I don't know. That's for her and God to decide, I guess. Marianne Williamson, New Ager, became important to her. Yep. Marianne Williamson, another person who was deceived. Not New Age, first century Macronian thought we were all little gods. Yeah, New Age, I guess, just kept going with it. He says no. Oh, right. I got that. Sorry, Don. Many falling away, and she's not a Christian now. Robin said, yeah, many are falling away, and quickly. Oprah is part of the cabal. Oh, Susie said. I know she's fallen far. Sadly, she could have done so much for God and sinners, but took another path. And Carmen, a lot of, like other people were saying, it's a shame that a lot of people, even like Rick Warren, people falling away from God and the church, could have done so much to help, but they've been deceived. And God said that would happen, and we're seeing it. So, it's not surprising that people with big audiences are starting to do that more and more. And it's a shame. And there's not much we can do about it except pray that they find God before it's too late. Come back to God. As I was reading in Lamentations, again, that was reading this morning, it was talking about, turn back to God. And that I just opened the book to that page and started reading it. And so I take that as something we should do. Pray for the leaders of the United States. Yes. Pray for the protection of Donald Trump, Vice President Pence. They absolutely need it. They're standing in between the New World Order and the people. Rick Warren agrees with many of Oprah things. Yep, he's a false prophet or false whatever. Psalm 18 is fantastic, Carmen said. But you think about it, Donald Trump is everything that the globalists and the New World Order hate. Anyone see Tim Cruise left Scientology? I read headline but lost it. Need to look it up. Oh, Tom Cruise. Oh, Tom Cruise? Really? I don't think he'd ever leave Scientology. What's scary is these new age pastors are responsible for misleading God's children. Yes, Susie, and they will pay for that according to God, and they will be held to a higher standard. Yeah, Tom Cruise, I can't see Tom Cruise leaving Scientology unless he runs out of money and he can't pay them, and he has to. Middle East is looking crazy as ever. Yes. I like Prager. You, Gary. Yep. Would anyone here follow Prager? Yes, Gary. Follow Prager University for sure. I like what Franklin Graham said in PC World. People believe in many roads. It's not true. Absolutely, Julia. Prayers for each of us today. Be blessed, guys. Keep safe. Great scope. Susan, thank you, Lee. And if anybody watched the funeral of Billy Graham on Friday, boy, I tell you what, listen, if you haven't heard it, go back and listen to what Anne Graham Lotz said and what she was talking about. That is what I've been talking about, and for me, that's very significant. So I hope you go back and watch that. That was an amazing, yes, Anne is great, Jerry said. It was an amazing service, probably one of the most personal, special, amazing services I have ever seen. In fact, at times, I don't know about you, when I was watching it, I forgot I wasn't really there. That's my hometown. That, it kind of brought me back around, I guess. Listening to the children and what they had to say. Hey, Kitty. What they had to say was absolutely inspiring, let you know what kind of man that Billy Graham really was. His family stories were absolutely amazing. I loved everything his children said. Robin said it was amazing. And I don't know about you, but I cried through the entire thing. Not because I was sad for Billy Graham, but because it was absolutely so touching. And to sit there and watch our president also, he paid attention to every single thing that was said. Have a great day, Brandon. That was faith in total action. Absolutely, Lee. That was amazing. So you guys, be inspired today. Be encouragers for everyone. Go out, have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow. God bless you for your support. God bless you for being here. Please, if you would, retweet this, everyone. That's the only way to get the word out. Cried when the children spoke. They know the gospel. Absolutely, Robin. Amen. All right, you guys, take care. God bless. I'll see you tomorrow. Everybody on YouTube, thanks so much for coming. I will see you tomorrow. God bless you. Take